Alright, here's a quick video on looking for an investor in the Gonzaga area. And so what we did is we pulled up the multi-class search. So you go search, multi-class, that's going to pull up this tab. And then we're going to say everything for this particular investor. He told me he'd like to buy up to 300. So we're going to go 350 just to make sure we don't miss anything. Class. Go ahead and check off just site built. So we're going to go residential or rental income, no lots, no commercial, no for rent. Status, we're going to say everything active that's not under contract. So we're going to say everything active, not contingent other. We'll leave contingent on sale of buyer's home because we've got the chance to boot those clients. We can talk about that at a different time, but that means if we're interested, they can put an offer and they give the other buyer a notice that they need to either waive their contingency or rescind. So we go 025, that's the Gonzaga area, the Gonzaga grid. There's 24 homes that match that. So we're going to go through those 24 homes and pick out what might be a good fit. So based on what the client was telling me, he wants roughly 4 or 5 bedrooms would be ideal for him, and he wants a good place for his daughter to live. This is a 2-bedroom, 1 bath up on Montgomery, a little far north. Illinois is a little far north, and then 900 is a little far east. Hamilton is the 800 block on the west side. On the east side is of Hamilton, it's the 900 block, and that is a big cutoff for some investors. So Hamilton, east and west for the Gonzaga area. Montgomery for this particular client in the Gonzaga area is a little far north, so he's not going to be looking at these. Astor for is only a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2100 North Astor. That is a potentially good address. It's a small lot, fairly close to Gonzaga. It might be a little far north for this client. I do know he had talked about apartment buildings and not wanting to be close to anything like that. And we've got an apartment building here and here, and he was interested in a property here, but there was a house close to that he did not like. So we're going to take this one off the list. The way that I do that is I don't check it. So we're going to skip that property. 722 East Montgomery. That is a little far north for him, and it looks like it's only a 2-bedroom. 2500 North is too far north in the Gonzaga area. Again, 2500 North, too far north. 108 East Nora. That's a little far north. I'm sorry, not north, but west for the Gonzaga area. And it's only a 3-bedroom for 165. Probably not the right fit, but I want to make sure that I'm setting this client good properties, so I'm going to include that one. This one on Hamilton is commercially owned, and Hamilton's a busy street. That might be a tough one to rent out. Another one up on Montgomery, which is too far north, and then 1200 is too far east. Now this one is east of Hamilton, however, it's pretty far south. So this is right behind the grocery store. This would be a good rental for Gonzaga tenant. We've got 2 of them in here because one is a residential listing, the other one is a rental income listing. So we're going to include both of those for him. This one on Ermina is a little far north. He was still interested in Ermina. However, this one's east of Hamilton. Now, it's only a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, so it's an expensive house based on paper. But you can see by the inside, they've done some nice remodeling. It's a nice looking house. So I'm going to include this because his big criteria was he wanted a nice home for his daughter in the Gonzaga area, and I think that qualifies. So here's another one, 624 East Indiana, great address, close to Gonzaga. That was a residential listing. This is the rental income listing. 27 East Mission, 22 East Mission, and that's between Division and Ruby, and those are busy streets. This is one that could be a potential property for him. I don't think it's the right fit because it's around so much commercial. Might be tough to get a tenant in there, but we're going to include it just in case so he can take a look. 1017 East Augusta, another great address, and it's a 5-bedroom, 2-bath. You can see here we had 2 listings because one was rental income, the other one was residential. Here is a triplex that is, again, you can tell by the address, 15, 17, or 19 East Cinto. That is between Ruby and Division, and this might be a tough property for him to rent because it's between those 2 commercial spaces. We're going to include it just so he can see it, but probably not the right property for this client. 1214 East Nora, that might be a decent property. Now we're pushing up to $275,000. It's only a 4-bedroom. Probably not the right house for him, but Nora's fairly close to Gonzaga. It's a pretty cute property and might be a fit. So we're going to include that. And then the last property here is this bulk, which is, this 411 East Augusta. And that is a 6-bedroom, 2-bath home that is listed at, it's 1,500 square feet. You can see down here, it's currently a rental. 8.8 cap is a good cap. That is how investors analyze their properties, and this might be a good fit. And based on what this client told us, is he wants to spend up to about $300,000. He wants to be close to Gonzaga, and he wants a home that's in decent condition. This matches all of those. So we're going to click that last box, hit show checked. That's going to narrow it down to these 14 properties that might be a good fit. And now we're going to email it to this client. So we're going to say email a hyperlink to the selected 14 properties. We always email in the public handout to our clients. We're going to type in this client's address, which is jbrinton@msn.com. This client is probably going to be working with Brian Swanson, so I'm going to copy him. It's already copying me. For subject, I'm going to say Gonzaga houses. Then I'm going to say Jim. Oops. Jim. It was great chatting with you on the phone today. Take a look at these homes run by your daughter. Thanks for bearing with me while I type all that in, but this would be a typical email that we would send out, and this is an email I'm really sending out to a client. So that's it. So that is sending out a client homes in the Gonzaga area for what might be a good fit.